Many horrific events took place in wartime China as a result of the Japanese invasion. Some of the most famous have become, globally notorious. The massacre of Nanjing in the winter of 1937 into early 1938, where many thousands of people were killed. Many women were subjected to horrific sexual assault. We have records from missionaries and other third country actors who wrote down what they saw at that time, and it remained burned in their minds in many cases. An event, or set of events I should say, which perhaps is less well known in the wider world but should be remembered, is the constant air raid bombings that took place on the wartime capital at Chongqing, known in the West as Chongqing at the time, still of course a major city in southwest China today. And starting really in the spring and summer of 1938, you get repeated air raids across the city from Japanese bombers trying to basically turn it into a rubble-strewn wasteland that would demoralize and essentially destroy any capacity that the national government of China had to continue its resistance to Japan. Perhaps one of the most notorious, if not the most notorious, of those air raids took place on a historically symbolic date, the 3rd and 4th of May 1939, when I think 27 separate sorties took place across the city of Chongqing, involving not just regular bombing, that would be bad enough, but incendiary bombing, which would set the many wooden buildings on fire. And so to have those air raids taking place 20 years exactly to the day of those demonstrations, in some cases actually, I think, fueled further resistance. We could take one of the great Chinese writers of that era, the novelist Lao She, and he wrote a piece actually written in the suburbs of Chongqing at that time called The Real Meaning of May 4th, in which he talked about how these kind of actions, this the attempted destruction of the city, would only encourage the Chinese people to actually push back further. And as we know, in 8 years of massive resistance and fight back, all the way to 1945, broadly speaking, that did prove the case.